Well, this building over there costs a lot more than the public are aware. Just nipped up to go to a shop to get something needed, and I'm just streaming as I'm heading home. This is a built up area, so it's a one-way street. And I'm balancing this phone in my wheelchair. You've got a 5G, we've got camera there, bloody cameras everywhere. Very, very hot day today. Watch out for yourself, everybody. This week, extremely hot, especially elderly, young, disabled people. Just watch out for yourself. Very, very difficult when you're trying to survive. You can see my shadow in the background. We've got an ambulance. East Midlands Ambulance UK, look. And this is a town centre, Bridge Street, and that is another public building, that's a camera, and that's where I'm going to shoot. Probation service is meant to be in that building. I had to get some bloody hospitals. Oh my god, look at the sun. Where's that sun? That looks bloody bright, doesn't it? I didn't notice that. Waking up, I'm getting out of it because it's so hot. Right. I wish they kept what concerns me around this corner. It's a one-way street, and they cut the traffic lights off to safely get across. So what if you're blind, learning disability, whatever? My mates actually encouraged me just to get around the corner today. Second-hand shop. I wish I could afford a new bed. Anyway, the cameras all around this public building. My home don't meet my needs, and I've been trying to move out for years. These flats opposite. And here we are. Well, this place has been built for a while. 1 Angel Square, 1 Angel Street, deliveries only. That camera there, they've got cameras everywhere. And I live opposite it. And it used to be a lovely car park, but it goes back. The design is nice. I do like the design, but it's massive. I don't know if anyone other individual public member knows what public servants are doing and who does what and what department does what. So they're concerned. I mean, I can't get around the side street because it's narrow. There's not enough pathway for me, and it's not accessible for me. And the top end around the corner, the main that's one of the entrances in this street. But it's massive, that building. And it's sold off to I don't know who it's sold off to, what company, to raise funds for adult social care. So they want to sell off the county hall as well. That's all going on. That used to be the office, right, with the builders. So I've got to know all of these different company and the builders because obviously I live by it. So in the summertime, when they're up opposite where I live, and you're in the car park, because there's no drop curb where I live, in the car park area, and I would chat to them, they're on the break, and they would tell me things, and I'm not going to make that public, but I know that it's cost more than £54 million to build this. It's cost more than 54 million to build that. So that camera there is linked up to a smart. Look at those little blue and green lights, and it's linked up all around the town centre in the UK. That camera, all around my area, and these smart lights, the little antenna thing on top of it too. So not every man and woman works in this place are negative, but the ones I've been dealing with recently are. And I've got evidence of that. I'm going to go right to it. They've got security measures. Okay. Obviously. But when you've got the LDSS Limited, which is ldss.co.uk, it's like a law company. And what have got a poster of a finger. I've got cameras around, so let's see if it's going to be watching me. No, it's watching the street. There's cameras there watching the entrance. So why don't they want it? Oh, it's like reflecting back on me. They can see me through the window. Can you see that? Camera there. And it can reflect back onto the window. It's intriguing, but there's an automatic door as well. And they've got disabled access, which is good, which I like to see. But I can't cope with all the people around me. This is where they have the adoptions. Okay. Space designed for learning, distraction free. Well, I'd like to be distraction free. Digital forward environment. And I like to learn about technology. So anything to aid me in my disability life would be helpful. But unfortunately, when they are trying to assess me for Care Act Assessment Task 14, it's getting really difficult because they're triggering off my trauma in my life. Now down here, and there's bottom end, ground level, just my street level, right? They have these adoptions events, and don't get me wrong, for children that need homes, definitely. But what gets me, why is there secret courts in the UK? Is that just to protect the interests of the children involved, or what? Now, got the cameras. I'm going to go this way because it's on this path. You've got pebbles and on my wheels, and not very good. So they were designed. It's all been over the news. Northamptonshire County Council. Since February 2018, that's June 2018, about cuts this, cuts that. Well, just because I've got complexity, they look at me as complex when I'm in a wheelchair, and a complex, and I live opposite, right? And I feel like I'm bloody being watched, although I'm not, but I feel like it because it's dominating opposite the place where I live. And they won't repair the housing company I went from. My own. So I've been trying to figure a way around this because I'm the only one, all these flats around here, Home Group Limited, contracts national construction company called Guildford Tri. And Guildford Tri Corporation had the contract, the public first, to build this building right next to me. And others, I'm sure. And Northamptonshire University, and I've got to get around here safely, so bear with me. So this is that I can't even speak the word. I'll try and go up it because I've got enough battery in my wheelchair, so I'll try and go up it. I don't normally. Now when they come up here, the cars usually park on the path they're meant to. This is all public land, borough council. The list of buildings up here. Let's see if we can get up there, seeing it's not raining. I like to live somewhere where it's going to be more accessible. And this is all big of a building, right? You've got security on site. All this is being sold off. Public land, all this. Public land. Public purse owned. Thought the public goes here. Look, cyclist entrance. CCTV. They won't. The public servants are banning me from deliveries. Underground car park. You've got security in there. Oh, my data's low, so I'll keep it that long. How many companies you got? All these cars are being paid for the public purse, yeah, the petrol, diesel. So all the cars. That's business. That's commerce, that's business. So while they cutting public purse to short-term inventing for people like me, that was important, 15th of June 2018. And this is the county all above me, which they want to set off. And they already started preparing the building, the site as a building site. So listed building up here, I'm showing you now, connected to the top of the hill. And if you don't know, a bit of an architecture history lesson, I suppose. That used to be an old police station. And where I live used to be an old railway station, but that's a county or old county hall, no wheelchair access for people, and they don't do public meeting broadcasting anymore. And they've got signs opposite them, I can't see what the signs are. Don't know if I can zoom in on the stream like this. Wait a second. I still can't read it. My eyesight's not very good, even the glasses on. So, Heritage Country Park ghosts. I can't even bloody walk. I can't even get up to the bloody... I'd love to be able to get to an event on the race course in my area, but I can't. There's no wheelchair access. It's not safe. How many people in my situation get out? Oh, it's no parking around here. People do rent that space. That used to store computers, and I don't know if it still does. The country club. And they're doing some work, and this is outside the entrance, County Council, the square they call it. That sounds bright. Hold on. I see a bird. That bloody sun. Look how bright that is. Woo! And that's a county hall. See, it's not really that. It's not even. Why they got bins out there to block a drop curb? So they're already building, perhaps trying to dismantle that site already. Political councils are saying they couldn't sleep in if they try to sell that building off. Well, let's see what it is. Oh, look at that tree. I love here in nature. That is a bright sun. So what are these flags? Oh, you got a flag of the county council. Oh yeah, you got times legislations. That helps if you're working there. You got massive computers and stuff, I suppose, in there. Oh look, oh, that was in the tree there. Oh, that's lovely. Oh, that was lovely. Seeing that bird in the bush. Let me go out in the sunshine. I can't cope with strong light. Let me turn around. Oh, you've got CCTV everywhere. Why have you got cameras everywhere? I haven't done a video like this before. Look. Look at the stream. I can't see because the sun's in my eyes. Okay, so you've got CCTV around the public building. What are they afraid of? It looks very modern, but they can't afford to offer disabled people. I don't know anyone else who's experiencing this. Just trying to get out somewhere. Got security in the main there. And that's the front entrance. One of them, I suppose. I don't know which is the front entrance. Okay, there's the logos. Northampton Highways is there. Olympics Care, LGSS Law. What I found out in Cambridgeshire, the head office, they're a national company. LGSS Law Limited, the lawyers for Northamptonshire County Council. Northampton Adult Social Services Limited. Check it out on any company house information UK. First Wellbeing Limited, Olympics Care Limited, County Council. Look it up online. So who gives any right to claim that one cannot record for own purposes, personal use only, recording in a cafe, public cafe, right? Well, a private owned cafe in the public, right? Their care act assessment. This is open planned. So obviously, massive great big chairs, offices, all their technology. And why can't they do like a Skype call assessment for people that can't, certain things they can't cope with? Anyway, it goes far back down there. Bit of sun interaction there. Bit of the bush. And you got cleaners. It's massive. I like the colour. The grass colour. Not bad design. You got the big camera there. I don't know where, but there. And it goes back up that way. You got a bar down there and the theatre's down there. So we'll just zoom back out now. Yes, so by the way, I've restricted access to my data sharing. I found out. I didn't know about how they share your data. I've got to be careful because I've got downhill in my wheelchair. Could be extremely slow because I'm on a slope now. I didn't know that new 2018 data protection, well, no smoking area. I didn't know that you have a right to be informed how your data is being shared, and I was not informed. The lady read it out too quick for me. One last look at the front entrance. Although they're doing massive great big computers, so the council tax and people's taxes are paid for all this, and this is one part of the United Kingdom. Oh look, a bit of blue sky. Yeah. So it's not the ordinary men and women, public servants just trying to do a job, it's the management level directors. You've got the pre-national, they call it cabinet, ministry, public civil servants, and they're only working in there £700 a day, allegedly, mainstream media, and yet they can't be right. Here's the services that meet individuals' needs. I've been trying to do my GP tomorrow to see how he can help me because I've been triggered off so badly, so severely ever since 15th of June 2018. Was before that as well, 17th of June. Sorry. It's not the 17th just yet. Off duty. Look. Let's see if he comes back on me. He's working late. He's not security. And he's now hesitant which way he's going to go. I'm in the public street, by the way. He's going right. They're obviously working late. Or strange time to work. Who knows? So the public's paying for all that, are they? All the contract and all the commas, how it all works, it's so bloody complex. I also remember the public got cameras above there too. Got cameras everywhere. Let's see if I can zoom in on this. They don't want me to record my own care act assessments, but they've got cameras everywhere. Look, can you see this? There's one rule for one, not for the other. There was no problem when they started offering me. I was ill for months, and I found out, let me turn this on. I found out in the mainstream media that I was not aware of all the sudden financial restraints on offering contracts to offer good services to the public and people like me. That circumstances now are looking at see what could be offered in Dublin Hospital. And now I find out a lot of these personal questions being asked of me is unrelated to the care act assessment, national statutory law care act assessment. And above me, it's all these flats. So they're pushing out my home, not on a lawful due process, and they link up with NHS, everything partnership working. NHS, I can't think how many blinking NHS. Well, I can't think actually. There's so many. There's a procurement side of LGSS, so that's local government shared services. So that means the contracts for the lawyers, men and women, for all these public funded services. So whether it's certainly commissioning, Northamptonshire NHS Foundation Trust, Northampton General Hospital Trust, how many others? Obviously Northampton County Council, Northampton Adult Health Services. Well, it's just so many. And how they share your data to all these other public funded organisations, and how they build in with the Northampton University into that. And it just gets really complex. And you just want simple information that's accessible format and straightforward. But no, it gets complicated because computer systems and tick box exercises, and you wouldn't believe, my sister can't even make it tell, but nor can I. So it went on to this constant bloody trying to seek clarification and a lot of things. Oh, look at beautiful birds. Beautiful. Sorry, I missed that one. Beautiful birds. So now they're blocking me. There are comments by a certain public servant who don't want to work out this building, said certain things to me privately, which I won't repeat, obviously. And that basically was judging my private life, digging up things as unrelated to the business, the offer of. I would suggest please research anyone in my position. You end up getting ill and you end up struggling and you end up. Certain things happened to me last year and they're, it's a lovely bird's gone past again, baby bird. And my neighbours. No, my God, he's on it as well. Oh my God, I can't say what he's doing. In his posh white car. Headlights on, broad daylight. Oh, you nasty pieces of work. I knew it. Sorry, I can't make that public. I will do a different video about that. My goodness me. I've known my neighbour since the 80s, before I moved in here. My goodness, I moved down here. Before I had to move down here for certain reasons I won't go into. My goodness me. I had my suspicion, but now I've got the fact of evidence. I'm going to keep this and share it onto a different format on the drive. My goodness me. There's something I can't make private about him. I knew it. I just knew it. Right. Okay. So basically, because of these certain people, and Kathleen Ainshaw, that's public knowledge, she is a director of Northamptonshire Adult Services. You've got other individuals. I can't remember all the information, but it's online for anybody to research. It's public knowledge. Okay. Directors of Northampton County Council, please check everything out and back everything up. But if you're dealing with any of these public employees in their job capacity role, you need to have full disclosure, what is required, what is offered. If it's your private home as well, if they look at the individual, depending on your situation, they will deliberately manipulate and be unfactual, unlawful. You need to back everything with fact, evidence, by the way. And it's very difficult when you're fatigued and very tired all the time. And I know it's very, if you do meditation or anything, it's important to get the information straight, because they're just looking at you as a tick box. So if you don't meet that criteria, and then you've got complexity in your life, it's not your fault, by the way. Don't blame yourself. These bureaucrats in public life know exactly what they do to carers, and yet they want to skip the corner, skip a lot of things out when it's relevant, and that causes more extra costs on the NHS, public services, when you end up needing to go to your doctor because you end up getting psychologically upset, severely affected by the inhumane, degrading treatment by certain healthcare professionals, and they're hired in this public funded services. This is just a building. A lot of them do work at home as well. A lot of them work around the county, a lot of them work driving on site. So technology these days. Anyway. I need to get home and get my mate, and she's going to do something. By the way, please research about what your lawful rights are. The domination of certain very well-connected people I've known for years in this area, not this area, but generally in the town, and now I've become wheelchair dependent and extremely unwell. Oh, look, we've got my... Just be aware of certain things. All these, why do they let out flats on ground floor to able-bodied people when there's people that need accessible homes for their mobility needs? Well, that's a lovely bird I saw. So we're not going to stay outside the public building now. I've done enough. And nobody has authority to tell me one cannot do this, one cannot do that. No man or woman has authority over me as equal to them. You know, as a man or woman, I will be living, breathing, made of flesh and blood. They have no jurisdictional authority. So they assume it, and if you don't rebut assumptions made about your character, your private life, you really do need to try your best. I don't know where it's going to end up now. I've got a serious... I can't make public what I have information about. Be careful about labels. That's not you. Just because you're in Pardon Health, be careful, because they're not you. It's just how these individuals work by, and how much is the public paying for their blinking job position. If you're not aware how it works. Oh yeah, by the way, the NHS, East Midlands Ambulance Service Trust, that's linked in. It's all about how, if you go into a business app called LinkedIn app, you'll start investigating who's connected to who. Because in business, the men and women in the job roles want to get into the high positions. You don't get to be a CEO. You don't get to be a director just like that. You don't get to be politically connected in certain areas and paid certain amount in their job roles for nothing. It's about who you know and who you could do favours for, and certain off away from this kind of work environment. I can't say more than that. I just get to find things out. But now time is to just end the recording. Well, stream. By the way, if nobody can provide the document evidence of unlawful blocking of the lawful in statute law, it's called Equality Act 2010, to record audio only for your own purposes. Okay? So you can comprehend what's required of one in their statute law, nationally statute law in the United Kingdom. It's called 2014 CAT. And you go on independent individual websites or videos, and it says how key questions, advanced questions, are meant to be asked of one. And it's irrelevant to your personal situation. But don't forget, no disrespect to men and women, or whatever your situation is, adult safeguarding, if there's non-factual information of personal knowledge, it cannot go on hearsay, assumption. And as I said, unless you learn what there's a rebuttal and how to do it honourably and lawfully, without any disrespect to man and woman in the public job role, because they're just men and women, but when they make the wrong decisions and they're pressurised and the cutbacks are going on, and that affect the level of service you're meant to be offered lawfully and honourably, well, put it this way, they don't give the monkeys that you left in now be 11 months soon, unsafe conditions in your home. It's not your doing. And that all comes into the elements. I mean, there's certain individuals twice now has provided a 30-page document, 2 lots, can't even do the read, let alone comprehend. But anyway, be aware of the sun, the weather. It's going to get extremely hot. This is just one area, United Kingdom. Just one area. Nationally, the cutbacks in every area, it affects everything. So if you don't get the right support on board, the right services on board on the long-term basis, not short-term. Your situation might be short-term, mine's long-term. If you're not going to recover from your operation, and you're not going to be offered operations, say, if the medical, clinical opinions are, there's nothing we can do to help you in your physical needs, and then you find that these people are working to put certain things around your home and to watch you. Allegedly, I'll put it that way, to observe. Allegedly. Look, come on. Look at the Statute Law Investigation of Powers Act. I don't know what year that is. It must be, is it 2000 now? Or it must be more amended now because it's 2018. Must be amended. Working in tangent together. So you don't know what's been said about your personal life, your character. If you're going to be assessed, right, man or woman, whatever circumstances, you do not have to disclose who is meant to be helping you now. Private life arrangement, unpaid for, if you don't want to. That's in statute law. And these people are not bothered to realise what they're meant to be doing and go away. Little bugs flying with me. So, oh yeah, I've got to go because I've got an ice cream that might be melting in the back of my bag. Only went out for a couple of things. So I just stopped to observe this. I've got to go. So that's a huge public building. Let's get to the corner and look at them. Getting a good view of me. Well, I don't know what they do. Keep the building open. People work during the day as well. On a Saturday, Sunday. Okay. I knew they were involved. Look, headlights, broad daylight. Why do people have headlights on in broad daylight? You don't know what's been said about your private line character. See, another camera. You don't know what's been said about your character in your private life. And by showing your data, You need to find out who's having access to your private life information, what data, roughly. You can't know everything before you sign any documentation. Let me just show you what I know the name of it. That's the front entrance, one of the entrances. Quite busy area, isn't it? Right, I'm going to try and get drop curb now. So yeah, all the cost of all this being built, and they cut public funding. Oh, that sun's still bright. Look at it. I'm going to get on now. Got someone to help me with something. So I'm doing this car park, and I'm going to show you what that neighbour lives. And there's some videos I've got of evidence of unlawful stalking, harassment, discrimination. So there's no drop curb where I live. There's a car park. I won't show where he lives. I'm not going to breach anyone's data protection. Not like to do to me. Look at that son. He lives in this side of the block of flats. And basically he's got links to the mayor. I know about the current mayor in my area. I know all about his past and stuff, which I won't make public. You see, there's no drop curb for me in my wheelchair, and only one in my wheelchair. Anyone like it. All able-bodied around there. And I'll tell you, she keeps using my disabled bay. My disabled bay is on the floor here. The drugs raised 1st of June 2018 on 2 massive police car vans were over here. Shock of my life. I've got a video of things. Oh my goodness me, look at the sky. Anyway, I'm going to go. Now my phone's playing up now. I am trying to get out of this device. And I'm stopping streaming now.